Hey everyone, Bobby here. Welcome to Five for Life. 5 minutes to bless your life so that you can bless someone else. Those of you who know me know that I am not a morning person at all. True musician to the bone. However, I find myself out early today to catch a facility when it first opens so that I can avoid some of the crowd that might gather later on in the day. And there is something rather peaceful about this time of day when things start to open up, when some businesses, hopefully that will be all businesses soon, but some businesses are raising up the gates and unlocking the doors and opening up for the day's activities, and when people are beginning to move into their daily schedule. Even though there's activity, it's not like mid-afternoon, late afternoon. It's still kind of peaceful, and today's sky is very blue and very beautiful. There is a fresh sense during the time of opening, and in in our city, in our state, we are in another level of opening. Another round of businesses are being allowed to open their doors, and even churches are being told that they can open their doors with limited limited capacity. And we find that a little bit of a sense of normalcy is returning with these various levels of opening. And there is something to be said about the benefits of opening up and reopening. Uh, I was watching an interview last night from a baseball player named Dominic Smith. He's a member of the New York Mets. You guys know I'm a Met fan. He's a young black man in his mid 20s, and he was sharing with the reporter who was conducting the interview about his experiences as a black man growing up in this country. Of course, the interview was precipitated by the unfortunate events that have recently occurred in our country, particularly the violent death of George Floyd at the hands of police officers. And Dominic was talking about how he has experienced racism on various levels, and how he handles it. And he was pretty strong when he talked about himself. But when the interviewer asked him about his work in helping out the people from the community, Dominic's heart broke, and he began to weep because he felt so bad for children, particularly African American children, but children of all minorities who may not have the opportunities, just the chance to experience a better life, and how he grew up in those environments where people were struggling. And he wept he wept as he said, you can't choose where you're born, you can't choose to whom you were born, you can't choose the situation into which you were born, and some of these young people just don't ever get a chance. So I'm out there trying to give them a chance. And I had seen Dominic a lot as a player and a little bit as a social guy, very fun loving and jovial, but that side of him I never saw before. And it was interesting to see him open up and share with Steve Gelbs of SNY his heart and how he felt about the terrible atmosphere of racism that is pervading our country, and what he was doing to hopefully bring that to an end. There was a benefit of him opening up, and I want to encourage you today to open up. Open up your mind. Um, Open up your mind to learning new things, learning new skills, especially during this time. Um, Open up your mind to seeing people as God sees them, um, beyond race, beyond religion, um, but as God sees them. Open up your heart to be compassionate, even though you've been wounded Dominic had been unfairly treated, and he talked about various circumstances, some even involving police. But he also said how he has friends of all nationalities and he holds no ill will against anybody. It's good to open your heart, even if you've been wounded, and allow yourself to love freely as God has loved. And then open your spirit. Don't hide from God. Don't keep yourself from God. Allow Him to speak to you, especially in this season, so that you can add to the freshness and the newness that this country needs to get into and that our world needs to get into. I'm over my time, but I hope this blessed you. May the Lord guide you and keep you as you go through this day. I'll see you next time on Five for Life.